Good morning, everyone. It's Jen from Kaale Scrap Designs. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. I want to start working on a sewing book. So I am going to make some book page pockets out of some of my vintage sewing books. And that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the ephemera first before I go into the book. So I thought I'd take you for the ride with me. I think I'm going to make 6 pockets today. 6, 7, maybe 7. I don't know. So let's see here. I'm going to push them to the side and do one at a time. And these are from old. And I don't know if they're going to be floating pockets or if I'm going to put them on the sides. But you fold that up in the back. And you kind of take it to where they meet together. If you do it the other way, you're going to get a bigger pocket. I'm not doing it the other way. I want the verbiage to show straight up. And I know you've probably seen these done before. I'm going to open it back up real quick. And I'm going to, right before the crease, fold that in. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you can always change it depending on which side you want to, if you like this side or if you like this side better. I think I'm going to stick with this. And then I'm going to take this here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold it right before the crease. And then fold this right before the crease. Bring it back up. And what I like to do with mine, when I'm done with mine, you don't have to, is sew them. So this should go right in here. And then you can have a pocket here, a pocket here, and then a long, you could put a long tag right in there. Now, I just want to see something real quick. Okay, so this will go a little bit further. If I fold it over this way, it'll come closer to the end. And this is what one of the pockets is going to look like. And then I'll take my sewing machine and I'll just go around the stitch, because if I just personally like to use my sewing machine. It's going to be a sewing book, so especially because it's going to be a sewing book, and if this is a floating pocket, you have a pocket back here as well. So this is going to be one of the tags, and I'm sorry, one of the pockets. And when I'm done making the pockets, we're gonna decorate them up a little bit and make them sewing themed. So let's do one the other way. And I don't really like the back of that, so this one might be one of the ones that I glue in the book. And we're going to do the same thing. we're gonna take it over and try to match up the corners. And you could pinch the corner just to kind of get an idea. So, okay. So I'm gonna flip this over. And it's a little hard to see the crease. Let's do this. So maybe we could see the crease a little bit better. But I want it this way. So again, I'm going to fold the corner there. And I'm going to fold the corner here. So this way, when it's up and over, you're able to fold it in. And then I'm going to have to actually do it the other way, because I don't like that color on the other side. It's fine for down here, but I want to see the book page. Okay. I'm going to fold this one in. Right before the crease, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So once I sew, I'm going to sew, and I'm just going to stitch around here, and we'll have either a pocket here and a pocket here, or you could just use the pocket straight across. I will ink the edges before sewing, just so we have that, and it stands out a little bit better. So we will do that. I just want to do the foundation first, just to kind of get an idea. And you see how they look different when you do it straight versus when you do it sideways. And the words are sideways here, but that's okay. And this will be covered up by whatever tag you put in here. And then we're gonna decorate, so you're not even gonna really see this. You can always, once we stitch it, and I'll show you, you could always use this as a tuck as well, or just decorate it and not worry about that. So let's do another one. These two I ripped out. I want to just cut the size off of that to make it nice and even. So let's do this one. And this one I'm going to do a little bit differently. We're going to, so you're going to take peak to peak. And then you're going to fold it over, and it really depends on how far you want to go, how big of a pocket you want to make. And we're going to do the other side peak to peak. And you want to try to get it all the way to the end. Now this is a pretty big pocket. You could have made it smaller. We could have made it smaller. I'm going to leave it like this. This was a pretty large page, which is why it came out so big, which is fine. And I'm going to sew this one as well, but then we're going to have a pocket here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is another way to do it. And depending on how you fold them and how you fold the peaks, this one I folded in a little bit further than I did this one. If I would have folded this one in a little bit, it would have been a little bit thinner and look the same on both sides. But that's okay. Now we're going to take one of my sewing books and let's see. We're going to do the other pocket that we did earlier. And we're going to try to get it as close as we can. Did a little pinch. This one's a little fragile, so I just want to be careful. And then we're going to do the same thing we did earlier. We're going to take it right before the crease. Fold it over. And then we're going to do the same thing here, right before the crease. And it looks like this side goes in closest to the edge. So we're going to fold it in here. And this is with the sewing book. And again, we'll ink up all these sides before sewing. Not sure which one I like better. I like this one a lot. I just like the way it looks. But we're going to try to do one here, the peak to peak on this one. Let's see how far over we're going to come. I want this one a little bit smaller. And even if we cross this over, we could fold that in. This one's a little bit thinner. I like that. Fold that in. fold that in. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to have to cut this one in order for it to go in. Which is totally fine. Do we have to cut this one too? I think we do. And then we'll have, again, our pocket here, 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 and here. And I like the way that one sits a little bit better. A couple more pages here. Let me just cut this one real quick. Cut off the jagged edges. And this one I'm going to do the other way, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher this time, maybe even higher than that. I actually think I like it the other way. So we want to bring it over as close as possible. Do a little pinch. And bring this one over. Open this up. Bring it not quite to the edge, but right before the edge. Same thing on this side. And then same thing on the top. Let's see which way goes in better. I think it's this way. Yes, I like that page better. And we have our pocket here, 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 and here. And this could be a floater. And you have your pocket back here, and you have some nice sewing techniques or cross stitching. So we'll put that there. And then let's try to do the same thing with this one. turn it over, get it close to the seam. Yep. And then we'll do the same thing here. And we fold it inside. And then we have another one, another pocket. I'm gonna do one more, and then we can start decorating. I'm gonna bring this one up. This is gonna be a smaller pocket. Okay, so once again, we'll bring this up to the seam. And because I went a little bit bigger, we'll have a little bit bigger pockets at the bottom and a little bit smaller at the top. Don't go over the seam. And this one is a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller than that one. A little bit smaller than that one. And so we went from large down to small. And there's other things we could do to change this up, to make it interesting in your journal. We can, and we just may do that, I don't know yet. We can create on the back here, and again, to make it a floating pocket, we could put a tab on the back where it's connected and it opens kind of like a book, and you have it on both sides where you could store stuff. We can do that. We could just clip it in onto a page. I'm just gonna, which one did I want to do? Let's do this one. I'm not gonna bore you with inking all of these, but I will do one of them just to kind of show you the difference and what it looks like. So when it's folded, You could already see the difference. And what it looks like when it's inked up. So these are our pockets, and what I'll do is I will ink these up. I will bring them to my sewing machine, and then I will be back. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys, so I'm back after sewing the pockets. I think that it made a big difference, just having the sewing around it, rather it just be plain. We still have our pockets here, and I think it just leaves it more secure. So we have this one, that one, that one, that one, that one, this one, and this long skinny one. So I think for now, I think that this will be part 1, and in part 2 we will come in and decorate sewing themed. I might do some fabric tags. Just everything to do with sewing is what I'm heading towards doing here with these pockets for my next journal, which I'm hoping to be my sewing journal. I am working on a couple of different journals at the same time. I don't know why I should start one and finish it, but I don't. But so this will be part 1, and please come back for part 2 so you could see how we decorate these in sewing theme. And hopefully you got some tips or tricks out of this video and enjoyed it. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I thank you very much for watching my video, and you guys have a great day.